1 of the 2022 season, where we'll see a brawl inside the AFC West. It's the Raiders and the Chargers, just ahead on EA Sports.
Southern California has a new modern home for NFL football, and it is this place, wondrous SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Today, we start the new season with an AFC West Division battle right out of the gate between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Los Angeles Chargers. Alongside Charles Davis in the booth, I'm Brandon Gunn, and we welcome you to week 1 of a new NFL season. And, partner, no waiting around for either of these teams. We are jumping right into the season with an AFC West rivalry game between the Chargers and the Raiders.
And so much attention on the AFC West as we head into this season. Both of these teams fought their way to winning records last year, and the division was tough then. Very similar teams. Remember, Las Vegas snuck into the playoffs at 10-7. Los Angeles just left out at 9-8, and they had that winner-take-all game to finish it in Week 18 last year. We know that every win's going to be crucial, especially in this division. Let's get this one going. Partner, I know you're ready to go.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway in Southern California. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. And as the Raiders take over on offense, we get to see the man who has been the leader of this team for 9 seasons now, under center Derek Carr.
And it certainly hadn't taken Herbert long to earn his status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. Locked and loaded at every snap. And the second he sees an opening, that ball is soaring downfield. You better be on your toes against him on defense. The second you turn your head, he'll burn you.
Carr right away going to look to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Now we get a stoppage because a member of the Raiders shaken up on that one. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Partner, those are back-to-back 6-yard runs, and if they're going to continue to get those types of plays, you guys keep doing the same stuff, don't you?
Yeah, it was 1st and 10, then 2nd and 4. Now 1st and 10 again. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw with Carr. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling down.
So after the sack, Carr in Las Vegas with a 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Los Angeles taking the field, led by Justin Herbert, 3rd-year man out of Oregon, whose career is off to an incredibly productive start.
It feels like hyperbole, but it's actually reality. In only 2 seasons, we've seen Justin Herbert do things rarely or never seen before in the NFL. He's one of only 9 quarterbacks now with a 5,000-yard passing season and made the Chargers a top 5 offense for the first time since 2010. He is also the only quarterback to ever throw at least 30 touchdowns in each of his first 2 seasons and set a record for completions over that same span.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second.
And here's a 6-year man, Austin Eckler. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Herbert. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
So he stopped for no gain, and it'll be second down. Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. From the 50, here's Herbert. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down and close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Once again, it's Jacobs. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Carr now on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. From the 29, Carr going right side here, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Carr now on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Herbert now. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Herbert. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. Now the Chargers hustling, trying to get up and get set. On second and very short. Herbert. Going back to Allen, he's got him again. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And the Raiders have got him. Now Herbert got to get him to the line in a hurry. To try again after the sack. Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on first down. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, this is your halftime report. First, we travel to Tennessee, where the Titans would take an a late first half lead. Touchdown to Austin Hooper from Malik Willis to take a 6-0 lead. Extra point is also up and good for Tennessee to make it 7-0. You can see the scoring summary right there on the bottom left. Right before halftime, Daniel Jones throws, caught, last play of the half. The clock will just run out, and that will take that game to halftime, 7-0. From there, we head to Arizona, where the Chiefs would strike first, marching right down the field in the first quarter. They would receive the ball and take it immediately down the field. Touchdown pass to Travis Kelce from Patrick Mahomes, taking an early 6-0 lead. Extra point is also up and good to take a 7-0 lead. Arizona on 3rd and inches trying to score right back. Oh, but they would fumble, and Trent McDuffie would pick it up and take it all the way back to score a defensive touchdown for the Chiefs to up the score to 13-0. Extra point would also be up and good. Chiefs taking an early lead against the Cardinals. Patrick Mahomes, late in the second quarter, marched down the field with his Chiefs again to throw a touchdown pass to Mecole Hardman. Touchdown for the Chiefs to make it 20-0. Chiefs are just absolutely running over the Cardinals in the first half. And the last play of the first half you see right there. And it would go to halftime 21-0. Chiefs have a shutout at halftime against the Cards.
On now to a check on the next-gen stats in the first half for the Raiders. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. And meanwhile, for the Chargers, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this 3rd quarter. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got Allen. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's into the hands of Eckler. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Chandler Jones in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's fourth down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was third and long, and they were able to rally and stop it before you get to the marker.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, first and 10. To throw his car. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time.
58 sacks and 4 Pro Bowls is a heck of a start for anyone's career. And that's exactly what Joey Bosa has done in his first 6 seasons in the NFL. He came into this league NFL ready, and has only gotten better since.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Throwing his Carr on third down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Back to the running game with Jacobs. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a first and 20. They'll run right here with Jacobs. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
It's a nice completion and little run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Carr gonna throw. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Herbert. He'll drop this one off to Eckler. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
On first down, it's Herbert. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. At the 35.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Herbert throwing middle, but it's incomplete. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Here's Herbert. And the Raiders have got him. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So Carr and the Raiders now down 3-0. A minute 55 remaining. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. Here's Carr. And that is incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr gets this to Waller. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what'll be an important 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now Carr, got to have this one. Connecting with Renfro. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now Carr. He's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And picked up by the Chargers. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. J.C. Jackson there defensively to knock it away. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Throwing his Carr. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 32-yard line. Meanwhile, Carr's throw taken in by Adams. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. This hasn't exactly been a battle of one touchdown after the other, quite the opposite. But at 3-3 now here in the 4th, it's been an entertaining game considering just 2 field goals.
Yeah, is it really a football game now, or are we watching baseball? This feels like a pitcher's duel, doesn't it? Nice, intense, on the edge of your seat. Have you been scoring this one? A lot of strikeouts and ground balls in this one.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside, or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. All set up for him right now, Charles. Opening possession of overtime. They've got the football. They also obviously have this home crowd behind them in a big way.
They get that extra energy from them, but they've got to be careful not to let that adrenaline get away from them and play too fast or create errors of their own making. Use that energy, embrace it, but make sure they channel it the right way. They've got a chance to go downfield, score a touchdown, and end this game.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as the tackle made at about the 38.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. It's Eckler again. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up second.
Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tie.
How about that there? No frills, no attitude. additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Running on first down, Eckler. Room here to run. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. 77 yards on the ground for Eckler here, and that's a first down. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds, to continue to move people.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Herbert. This caught left side by the tight end Parham. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Herbert going to throw. He'll find Williams on the slant. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone. Shaping up to be a very efficient opening drive here in overtime.
And can you feel the tension building? Because I'm feeling it. All right, I've got the sweaty palms here with each play because of the enormity of what's going on. Each play means so much in overtime, and they're handling it well as this drive continues.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. It's 3rd and 4. Big play here, trying to keep this opening drive of overtime alive. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Matthias Farley. And the Raiders force the turnover. And they'll take over at the 10. What a huge takeaway for this defense. The interception on the opening drive of overtime.
What an absolute disaster of a time for his first interception of the game, because throughout the game, he's made sure to keep the ball away from the other team. He's done a nice job of that. Here, the interception pops up. And now, on the other side of the field, all they're thinking, get 3, and we go home.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. Oh, but a great tackle there. Going to hold him to no gain as the clock runs. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. What can Carr do now with his drive? Pass complete, it's Adams. And he's brought down, but great yardage to start the drive. A first down, and it sets him up pretty nicely here moving forward. Backed up deep in their own territory, they were in search of a cushion, and the cushion was found.
And you have to think total game, even in overtime. As a head coach, field position still counts in this spot. So they had to get out from the shadow of their own goal line, get themselves some breathing room. Obviously, that helps them on offense, but it may help their defense, too. Might be necessary here in OT.
Carr to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. So that will be it. And how about that to start a season, Charles? Both teams 0-0-1.
Say that again?
Yeah, 0-0-1.
That is not what you expect to see when you look at the box scores, right? When you look at the standings after a game like that. And do you really think they worked the whole summer, the whole offseason to come in week 1 and leave with a tie?
No, I don't. But, hey, I guess better than being 0-1-0.
Good point.